Welcome once again to an episode of Mead with Eric and Derek. I'm doubly excited about this episode. First, we're doing a traditional BOMM, and I love a sweet mead. And second, we're celebrating the return of Derek. I'd like to extend a special thank you for Bray for his advice on this recipe and his coaching. Check out his website for his full catalog of BOMM recipes. I'll leave a link to his website in the description below. So today we're doing a traditional BOMM. I am so excited for this.
BOMM? Like explosion in your mouth BOMM?
Yes, but not that kind of BOMM. Bray's 1 month mead.
Who's Bray?
Dr. Bray. A long time ago, it took a long time to make mead. You would ferment it, then you'd have to age it for a year, sometimes longer before it was drinkable. And then Bray came up with his signature recipe, Bray's 1 month mead. It's a very specific and detailed schedule of nutrients and yeast that allows you quite literally to go from pitch to bottle in 1 month. You'll ferment this today, and 1 month later, you'll be drinking it. Bray's 1 month mead. Bray's a very good friend of mine.
Wait a minute. Is this kind of like the time when Michael Bolton came and played D&D with you?
He did. He played a dwarf fighter. So what equipment will you need? Well, you won't need much. A carboy. A measuring device.
Wait a minute, whoa. A carboy? Didn't you say we should ferment in a bucket and secondary in a carboy?
You know, it's preferable to ferment in a bucket and secondary in a carboy. But I want to ferment in a carboy for no other reason than I want to ferment in a carboy.
Okay.
Besides a carboy, you'll need a measuring device and another measuring device. Okay. Ingredients. We're going to need 17.5 pounds of honey.
17?
I knew you
Wait a minute, the last one was 9. Are you sure
know.
we shouldn't do this in a bucket?
I knew you would flip over that. We'll be fine. I promise.
That's a lot.
Fermento and Ferment K. And potassium carbonate.
Okay.
We're also using a starter for this recipe. I prepared the starter beforehand.
What's a starter?
A starter is essentially a whole ecosystem that you make 2 or 3 days before you make your mead. We're using a liquid yeast for this recipe, Wyeast 1388. Liquid yeast is a bit different from dry yeast. With a dry yeast, you can rehydrate with GoFerm and pitch. With a liquid yeast, you want to make a starter, which essentially increases the yeast cell count so you pitch more yeast.
Don't you think we should show the viewers how to make the starter?
We should, but it's actually quite simple. You mix some honey, some water, some GoFerm, put the yeast in there, shake it up, and let it sit for 2 days.
Maybe we'll say that for
I forgot to make the video, man. Okay, shit, I drink a lot. I did forget to push record when I made that starter, but it really is so easy. Take a sanitized container, fill it with about 1/2 gallon of spring water, add 1/2 cup of honey, 1 teaspoon of GoFerm, and shake the devil out of it. Mix it up real good. Pitch an activated smack pack of Wyeast 1388. You want to take the smack pack out of your fridge a few hours before you pitch to let it come to room temperature. And you want to activate it at least an hour, but not more than 2 hours before you pitch it.
What?
Why are you in my cutscene?
Ferment Ferment K. What are all these?
That's a yeast nutrient. We're gonna use those to make our mead.
Why so complicated? Why don't we just use wine nutrient like we did last time?
That's not gonna work this time. Last time we made a hydromel, which is less than 10% alcohol. This is gonna be 16%. When you're making mead with that kind of alcohol, you really need a much more efficient nutrient schedule. All that front-loading stuff just won't work.
I got a great idea. We'll use raisins.
What?
I watched this YouTube video. The guy used raisins for a nutrient. I thought it was very clever.
Well, let's see what Doing the Most has to say about that.
On this episode of Doing the Most, we're going to answer the question, are raisins a good source of nutrient for your mead?
Moment brews and very sorry.
No. They're not. They're not. They're not.
And a very special thank you to Doing the Most for letting us use your content. If you guys have never seen Doing the Most, check out his channel for some amazing content. I'll leave a link in the description below. Dude, get out of my cutscene.
Hey, we should check out this honey barn. Anyway, how much honey do we need? You said 17 and a half?
17 and a half.
So this is what?
That's
12 and a half?
1 gallon is 12 and a half pounds. So we're gonna pour this in there. We're gonna add some water to that, shake it out, do that a few times. When that is empty,
Well, another 5 pounds.
when that's empty-ish, we're gonna put it here, zero it out, add 5 more pounds, and do the thing.
All right, let's get to it.
Okay, pour it in there.
I'd say a little more than you got 5 gallons. It's not 5 gallons yet.
I think you're correct. There, it's off the floor. Oh boy. Somebody got honey all over this.
Somebody got Fermo all over it too. And Ferm K. And carbonate. Testing carbonate.
Oh, wait, no.
What?
There's a half a gallon of water in that starter.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. Next video. All right, part. Next part.
Okay, so we put too much in here. We forgot that there was about a half a gallon of liquid in the starter.
We put that in now?
Yeah, but we put too much. We overfilled it. So let's put some more honey, and I hope it'll be okay, huh?
Okay. Should I get the starter ready?
It's ready.
Okay.
I'm just gonna put some more of this, and then you're gonna shake it up. Okay.
Should I put the starter in before we shake it?
No, go ahead and shake it up. Okay, yeah. Whenever you do this, remember that you have a half a gallon of water in your starter. So deduct a half a gallon from your whole measuring thing. Then you won't have to do that. I kind of want to put some more just for fun, you know, but oh, that'd be okay. I'll go ahead and mix it some more too.
Starter?
No, almost. Mix it some more. I want to be double sure, you know what I mean? I just poured about a shot of sanitizer in your drink now.
It's our same.
Yeah.
Good for the body.
It's very important to drink a lot of mead while you're making a lot of mead. Because, okay, you go ahead and do it again.
You tired already?
It's heavy. It's good to be the boss.
Oh man, we make a mess.
Okay, I guess I can give it a 1.
You could do better than that. Come on.
This is how masters do it. Okay. Yeah.
That's how masters almost.
Okay. Now we're gonna pitch our starter.
It is slippery, guys.
We put too much in there. This was supposed to be a 5-gallon batch, but it's more like a 6-gallon. Get a little swirly first. Pitch the yeast. Industry term.
How much am I going?
All of it. Don't spill it. That's yeast. That's living things. I'll be mad if you spill it. There you go. Okay. This was supposed to be a 5-gallon batch, but it's more like a
6-gallon batch?
Yeah, it's more than 5 gallons, but that's what the extra honey was for. And we're done. We're good to go. So we're gonna put a bung and an airlock on top, and we're gonna be good to go. Okay, so we're all done.
Man,
mostly.
What a workout that was.
Dang.
We should take a gravity reading.
We're gonna get a gravity reading. We probably should have done that before we pitched, but we kind of had a lot of mead. We forgot.
Ready?
Go. We're not gonna pour this back into the carboy. So we don't really have to worry about sanitizing it or whatever. And just get in there. Just put that in the bottom and kind of like do that little doop. I think that'll be enough. And let's see what our gravity is. Look.
And he likes to use a little trick of the wire to keep it from popping up.
You got it?
I do.
Hydrometer, the most powerful tool in a home brewer's arsenal. Let's see what we got. 1.134. That's a high gravity.
Is that good or bad?
It's neither good or bad, it's just a gravity.
No.
Yeah. Now there is some post-care you're going to want to do with this mead. As often as you can manage, give your mead a good little shake or a swirl for the first couple of days. Give it a good, not a good shake, but give it a shake, a disturbance. Agitate that yeast, get good and agitated. At 48 hours from now and 4 days from now, you're going to want to add 4 tisps of fermento. Just measure it out, dump it in there, and give it a good little doing to get it all mixed up. Now, being the awesome guy that I am, I figured I would show you exactly how to do these staggered nutrient additions. On day 2 and day 4, add 4 tisps of fermento. Now, you could just measure 4 tisps and pour it right in there, but adding nutrients to a ferment in progress can sometimes have some explosive effects. Think of this like a frat party. These yeast are going crazy out there and they're just about running out of beer. And then you show up with a brand new keg of beer. You pour that in there and they're gonna have a fit. They're gonna go crazy, flipping out, partying, laughing, yelling, dancing, singing. It's gonna go everywhere. It's gonna volcano and, okay, it won't be that bad, but it can sometimes make a mess. You can help alleviate this by degassing the meat a little bit before you add your nutrients. So give your carboy a bit of a shake, a little bit of agitation. Volcano time. It's good to agitate this several times a day during the first half or so of fermentation. Some of the yeast will go dormant and settle down to the bottom of the carboy. You want to get them back into suspension, especially when you're about to put some nutrients in there. So let's give this a swirl, get everything all nice and swirled up in there. I'm gonna call that good. Okay. Take off your airlock and just go ahead and give an extra spray of sanitizer just to be on the safe side, you know. You can never have too much sanitation, but you can have not enough sanitation. Take a sanitized jar. Fill it about a quarter way, a third of the day with room temperature bottled water. And then measure 4 tisps of fermento into it. Fermento can get very gunky and clumpy when you get moisture in there. So instead of putting my sanitized spoon in the jar, I'm just going to pour some of the ferment into my spoon. And you don't have to be exact with this. Like roughly a teaspoon, you're good to go. Put the sanitized lid on the sanitized jar and mix that all nice and good. Mix it up. Get a good mix going on there. The fermento is mixed up. Pour it on in. Thank you for watching Mead with Eric and Derek. We hope you have as much fun watching us as we have making this.
Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and the notification bell so you're notified each time we upload.
And join the Discord, where more than 1,000 mead makers are always there to help you make better mead. Everything we talked about today is available for More Beer. Now, we are affiliated with More Beer. We may make a small commission on sales at no extra cost to you. It helps support the channel and helps us bring more content to you.
Links are in the description down below.
See you next time.